Good evening. We're here today about a case that the Central PD started, and entered into a joint investigation with the Baton Rouge City Police on April 16th, 2022. Our officers, Officer Witten, responded to the 17,000 block of Roble Avenue about some found property. Once he arrived there, he found that some young juveniles had located 3 semi-automatic weapons that were in a box that had been put out to trash. They had found them the night before. Upon further investigation, it was discovered that the box contained some items belonging to the Baton Rouge City Police. So we went further and contacted the Baton Rouge Police, and they took over the investigation of the weapons from there. Mr. Myron, Chief.
Yes, sir. Deputy Chief Myron Daniels from the Baton Rouge Police Department. And just as the chief stated, once we were notified of the found property, we initiated our own investigation into those weapons. During that time, it was pretty quickly that we were able to confirm that they were associated with actual cases involving the Baton Rouge Police Department. We, at that time, contacted and had communication with our district attorney, informing him of the investigation that was pursuing, and we turned it over to our intelligence division to follow up on those investigations. During that time, we found that all 3 weapons were taken during traffic stops. During those stops, with the weapons secured, they were supposed to be entered into our evidence. According to the reporting systems, those firearms were dropped into evidence, and which we found was inaccurate. And based on that, we moved forward with securing a warrant for our former officer. That warrant was for 3 counts of malfeasance in office, 3 counts of injuring public records, and 3 counts of theft of firearms. And actually, as of today, at this point in time, he is being booked into the East Baton Rouge Parish Prison.
I just want to let it be noted that the subject in custody is Benjamin Zarang. He is a prior officer of the Baton Rouge City Police. He's been gone from there at least 2 years. He has worked for other agencies since then, but no one is above the law here. We have to be held accountable. Everyone needs to be held accountable, even law enforcement. And we're going to do our job. And I'd like to thank the Baton Rouge City Police for responding us so quick and getting this investigation going with us and come to a resolve.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Chief, you mentioned that those guns were found by children. If you could just talk about, I mean, this could have definitely ended in a much more serious way.
Yes, it could have ended up bad. I mean, you know, children with anything, especially guns, they want to play with them. Luckily, these kids were good kids, and they didn't play with them. They brought them home and gave them to their parents. And their parents, upon seeing what they were, contacted us immediately, and we went out.
How long was he with the BRPD, and do you have a reason when he left, why he left?
Actually, he was with Baton Rouge Police Department for approximately 3.5 years, starting in 2016 and leaving in June of 2020. Don't have specific reasons as far as why he left the Baton Rouge Police Department, but I will state this. There was some accountability. This was not the first issue involving evidence not being dropped. He was actually disciplined for it, and within days of him completing his discipline, he resigned from the police department after being noted that there would be additional oversight into his behavior.
Can you elaborate on what other agencies he was employed with?
I cannot confirm those agencies, but I am aware that there are possibly 2 sheriff's offices that he did work for.
Was this in any way tied to the narcotics division? I know there's been a lot of attention on that particular unit with BRPD.
No, sir. This young officer worked in uniform patrol and had no ties to our narcotics division.
Were the guns loaded?
They did have full magazines with them, 30-round magazines with them. We were just lucky that the children didn't put them in the weapons. But, you know, thank God we came to a good resolve with this, that no one was hurt. And the fast investigation that was done. In Baton Rouge City Police, they did do a audit on this young man, this former officer, to make sure there wasn't anything else that would come out, other evidence that he might not have dropped in, and that was all that was found, to my knowledge.
Final question? Thanks, everybody.
Just to confirm, he is in police custody.
Yes, he is. Thank you.